Okay, guys, the next point I want to talk about is feeling like you don't know enough. So, I want to tell you that I was probably the least naturally minded person out of all my friends. When I had my first baby, and everybody was buying hip organic cereal and organic wipes, and I was like, ugh, these moms, I don't know what they are. And, I'm just carrying on with my thing. So, in fact, I ordered my starter kit without even knowing what an essential oil was. It was a leap of faith because I trusted the person who told me about it. Again, relationships. And so when I started, I didn't even know what an essential oil was. I had no idea how to use it. I didn't know anything about chemicals. But I started very quickly, and I think I went to 2 workshops, and then I just started hosting my own workshops. And this is something I want to say to you: is have the confidence to start sharing. You don't need to know everything. I think maybe for me, where I learned this again is I'm going to refer back to my history in the pharmaceutical industry, where I was brand manager for very, very complex IV drugs. And obviously, marketing to these specialists and academics, professors in the academic hospitals who know far more. I mean, I didn't even study medicine, I'm a dietitian. And what I always just said was that I know my product. I know the information on my product. And when I would talk to them, I would say, look, I can tell you what I know about my product. You take your expertise as a medical professional and you bring it into your decision. Now, when we start talking about the essential oils, you don't need to know everything. What you need to know is, I can find out for you. And you shouldn't be afraid to say, I don't know, let me check. Um, those of you who are on my Inspire Living group also will notice I try very hard. If it's my experience, I'll say, I experienced this. If I've seen it somewhere else, I tend to say, I saw this amazing post in Facebook, or I heard this from so and so, or I heard this from a friend. Because it means firstly that I'm not pretending like I know everything. Secondly, I want everybody else to also understand that you don't need to know everything to start sharing the oils. That's what makes this community so beautiful. There is so much support in the community. There is always a place to find out, and there's always somebody to ask and somebody who will know. So don't feel like you need to be able to know everything. I know it's maybe harder for some of you because my personality is very like I just dive in and then figure it out once I'm going. I'm very like fake it till you make it. I don't know. That's not everyone's cup of tea. Some people like to be far more structured, and that's fine. You can do your research and you can learn, but you really don't need to feel this pressure of you need to know everything. You don't have to start your own WhatsApp groups or communities when you begin. If you're unsure, that's why we have the larger community. You just lock all your people into our resources. You reach out to your upline to help you with your follow-ups and supporting your team, and it's really nothing to hold back on. Then I also want to talk to you a little bit about if you're speaking to family and friends specifically and you're concerned that maybe they can't afford it. This, I think, was something for me as well. It's obviously not cheap to get a starter kit, and um, for people that are really scraping and saving on other places to put the money together, we stop those thinking and look at yourself and ask yourself honestly, do I believe in these oils? Do I see the power and the value of these oils? And I'm guessing if you're here, you can honestly say yes. I think if you've used the oils, you can honestly say yes. And then you have to say, okay, um, do I truly see the value in this? When I'm talking to you, am I going to be worrying about whether I think you can afford it? Or am I going to be worrying about what value have I got? What amazing information and discovery have I got with me that I'd like to share with you? How are they going to find and figure out the money? That's their prerogative. You don't know their finances. You're not their financial advisor, even if you are. Um, Let them make that decision for themselves. Don't take that decision away because you think that they can't afford it. And once you've used the oils for a while, also share your own experiences. I just look at my kids, my 2 young kids, and what I have saved just this past winter on doctor's visits and OTC medicines for all the winter flus. It's a fortune. It's probably like 5 starter kits worth. So um, don't decide for other people. When I was at the convention, something really struck a chord with me where somebody said, when you discover something that's amazing and you don't share it, it's actually selfish. So share what you know, share what you love, share from your heart what you've experienced, and leave it to them to figure it out. If they really see the value and see your passion, they will find a way to get the money together. There's many ways that we can do it. Then I also want to talk to you a little bit about if you feel maybe like, I don't know that many people, I don't have friends with lots of money. Um, I'm not sure how to go about this. I want to go back to why I really recommend you read or listen to the audiobook from Richard Brooks. And he will explain the power of network marketing to you. And yes, when you look at it in a simplified format, one person, I need a diagram for this, but one refers four. If they each refer four, that's 16. If they each refer four, help me, the mathematicians in the group, you can see how this grows exponentially. And of course, it's not as simple as I'm going to sign up for friends and I'm going to be a Royal Crown Diamond in a year. That's like a ridiculous expectation. It's consistent work, and not everybody that you talk to about it is going to love it. But in the end, you do not need to know thousands of people. I know when I started, I also heard a statistic that the average, I don't want to lie now because I don't remember the exact detail, but it was like that the average diamond, maybe, or even Royal Crown Diamond, had maybe personally enrolled like 40 to 80 people in their own organization, and the rest was, they may have helped with the enrollments, but that referral or that person knowing somebody has come from somebody else. So I also want to tell you the hardest part to build is from starting to senior star, because that is where you pretty much are slogging it out by yourself. But then you start getting people in your organization to say, wow, I see this, I love this, I see the value, and I'm also going to share, and I'm also going to invite some people to your workshop. And you don't need to know hundreds of people. I also just want to touch on social media. I'd like to leave the bulk of that discussion for Lindsay because she's a far bigger expert on it. But what I will say about social media is that it's not just, it's very difficult to just make a sale of social media. You have to understand that because those people don't know you, they don't trust you. You know how easily will you click on a sponsored ad and buy something for 2,500 Rand. But so if you do work with your social media, make the effort to build relationships with those people before you just immediately try and sell them the kit. The people that have joined my team through my social media are people that I've made genuine connections with. I've never sold a kit from somebody just clicking on my buy now button. But what you must also realize, when I started my social media, I created a page. I didn't actually realize, but actually all my friends on Facebook see it. So what's very nice is everybody that knows me started seeing what I'm excited about, what I'm saying, what I'm doing. And then a lot of them actually have been reaching out to me and saying, wow, Anna, that's cool. Like, I'd love to hear some more. So social media doesn't only need to be about bringing in tons of people. That's obviously really easy if you have an existing social media presence or you're a social media influencer. Then please don't miss your opportunity. Just do it because it'll be so much easier. But I never even used to post on Facebook because I'm actually quite private. But I still don't really post. Those of you who see my page, I don't really post my personal stories. I do it a bit differently actually to how most people recommend. So definitely don't only go on what I say. But I do try and share as much as I can about how I'm incorporating oils into my daily life. And you will be surprised how many friends you have on Facebook, and people that you maybe don't talk to every day, but it's a school friend that you've stayed connected with. They would actually be interested, and if it's something that appeals to them, then they will reach out back out to you. Okay.